guys, welcome to Previewed, where friends don't let friends review movies alone.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jay.
And today we're going to react, review, riff, and at the end we're going to rate the brand new Ghostbusters sequel, Ghostbusters Afterlife. So we're taping this on a Thursday.
Yeah.
We saw it last night on a Wednesday.
Yeah. Big shout out to our Discord folks for, thanks Rexy, for finding us a Wednesday showing. Because we weren't sure when we were going to fit a screening in, because this weekend is nuts.
Didn't know. It was playing at the AMC down in Times Square. It was one showing on a Wednesday.
One showing on a Wednesday.
Didn't know movies can show up on a Wednesday. Thursday nights, premiere night now. That makes sense. But shifted it to a Wednesday? I guess here in New York City, since it's New York City.
It worked, man. It was packed.
It was great. 3/4 full audience. We had a couple people cosplaying.
Yeah, we sure did.
Full outfits, proton packs, LED lights, the whole works.
Which was really cool. And then watching them get settled in their seats with the proton packs gave me a little bit of anxiety. Did not enjoy that. Because I was just like, that's the one downside of cosplay. Is that it creates a fun moment, and then the practicality comes crashing in. He's like, excuse me. I'm like, this sucks for everybody. Oh no. I mean, good proton pack though.
Oh, it was great.
Great
proton
pack.
Oh, they were great. It was really the first movie-going experience I've had since last March.
We felt like we were going to a film. It wasn't just like, we're seeing a matinee because we know it's going to be empty and that's when we have time to do it. It was like this.
This audience is, decently, 3/4 full. People want to be here. They're excited to see this movie. People were reacting to the movie. So it was like, it was a full movie-going experience.
It also really helped. I didn't realize. I'm like tearing up about it. I didn't realize how much I missed that. I was like, everyone's here and they're into it.
Yep, everyone was into it.
Yeah.
So Jay, what did you think of Ghostbusters Afterlife? Non-spoilers. No spoilers. We'll get to those later.
Spoiler-free zone.
No spoilers.
I had so much fun at this movie. That's really the long or the short of it. It's like. I since we've seen it, I tapped in on some of the reviews, and I get some of the points, but
people had negative points about this movie?
I mean, people, had their, they're movie critics. They pick these things apart. And I think we should preface that you and I grew up with this movie. So as we are target audience for this film. So, I understand that, people who aren't necessarily, super into Ghostbusters didn't, have all the toys and, all the little things
or watch the cartoons and
stuff. There is a large nostalgia, grain of salt banging around here. But I had so much fun watching this movie. Just watching... It was so well-paced, and it really encapsulated this sense of humor that the original Ghostbusters has. It was just fun watching this movie. That's it. It was fun.
So whereas, I'm trying to think of all the other movies we've seen this year, because there haven't been that many. Fast and Furious, that was a fun time. That was fun. Yeah, woo! Cars going fast.
Explosions!
They're in space. Cool. Shang-Chi, it's like, oh my god, all the ass kicking. This is great. Marvel's back. Woohoo! Well, at least for a month. At least in our eyes.
Yeah.
Woo, this is great. Pew, 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 pew. It's kicking ass. This is great.
And then the other movie. Moving on.
The one that came out a few weeks ago. and moving on. And then this movie. I loved this movie. But, I'm left feeling just warm and happy inside.
Yeah.
It's not like an amped up, woo, like Fast and Furious and Shang-Chi was. This is just yes.
This one just
This is almost like a 2-hour-long version of Mando Season 2, Episode 8.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The whole time of, they are nailing this.
Yeah.
And they're hitting all of the points. And honestly, I can understand why I guess some people would have a problem with this, but this is a movie for all age groups.
Yeah.
My parents who were of the original Ghostbusters age.
Yeah, absolutely.
They would probably really like this movie.
But they also experienced that movie. They experienced Ghostbusters differently. They came at it from, this is a Dan Aykroyd, Rick Moranis, and Bill Murray just being funny.
Yes.
They had a different take on it, whereas we were I feel like they saw it as like more of a Hollywood film, and we saw it as like no, isn't it cool they fight ghosts? I guess they're funny. I don't get a lot of the jokes, but isn't it cool they're fighting ghosts? That's fun.
Well, because the humor is still there.
Yeah.
The dry wit, the funny one-liners, but like no one in the cast. There's no improv in this movie. It's just witty one-liners, dry wit humor. Now, granted, it is delivered by the kids.
Yeah.
But like, this is not a kids film, even though at the same time, it also is a kids film.
Yeah.
Because kids nowadays could see this movie. It's like, this is kind of like Goonies. This is an 80s kids film of someone like, oh, there's a mystery going on in my house. I got to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, it's great, all leading up to, an ending that we all knew was coming, but didn't care one bit that we were all right about it.
Yeah.
Because it was just so well handled.
Yeah. This movie takes itself just seriously enough, because with Ghostbusters it's like you can't like the model of the original Ghostbusters films is that like you can't take yourself too seriously.
Sure.
Like you need to like respect the lore of it, but also the lore is a giant marshmallow man attacking New York City. You know what I mean? So it's like there are certain aspects to it where it's like, this is a little silly.
This is ridiculous.
This is a little stupid. But I'm into it. It's exactly the right amount of nostalgia for me. While also I can appreciate, I was like, this is going to create a new generation of what I call ecto-cooler Ghostbuster fans. Like, young, just into the concept of
I hope so.
fighting ghosts.
So, Jay, would you recommend seeing this movie this weekend?
Yeah, I'm going to probably see it again. Yeah, it was just charming. What a charming movie.
I would highly recommend seeing this movie.
Yeah, go.
Go see this movie. It's very, very, very good.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Spoilers.
Spoilers! Okay, guys. I don't want to say that the fact that we called this movie when we did the last trailer reaction, not that it's like it was a huge, like, oh my god, we've sussed it all together. Like, but we did, and you know what? That didn't impact the movie at all. Yeah. I'm so glad we were right. Even though we were like, there were like a couple little variables that were changed, like, ooh, that was interesting. Ooh, that's interesting too. Nice little switch up from the first movie. But the fact that it plays out pretty much exactly how you think it's going to play out is great. Because they handle it so well that you don't mind you guessed the whole movie.
Well, but... And also, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I spent like the last 10 minutes of this movie just kind of crying.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those things where I haven't seen a movie handle the death of a character. I mean, granted, it's a movie about ghosts, so they already had like their hands up. But it was like, even if Harold Ramis had not passed on, I feel like it was still a really good plot point. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like making him a ghost, even if he was still around, he'd be like, nah, that's awesome. He'd be like, I feel like his stamp of approval, like, so hard on this. Because if you're doing something like, if you're going to have, like, when they even had, like, the full ghost show up, like, the family has to sign off on that. Like, that's not, and I feel like they saw the script and they're like, yeah, he would have done this even if he was still alive. Like, this is just too good.
So let's start from the first scene of the movie, the inciting incident. Is Egon doing his thing? It was Somerville, I guess is the name of the town. And we don't see Egon at all. Like, it's all very well shot of, like, you get in the action, you know that's Egon, but he's in shadow, he's behind a thing, like, he's covered up.
They did a really nice job.
They did a fantastic job of showing us Egon without showing us Egon, and then realizing, like, well, his plan didn't work. He knows this is it, and he still outsmarts them and figures everything out and sets up everything to ultimately figures out how to win, even though he's about to die. And the fact that the EKG meter dropped, and it was also a taser. That was cool. Yeah. So it was like a new little twist on an old thing. But like you see the EKG meter go off at the end of the scene. I was like, well, yes. That was the moment I knew this was going to be a great movie. Because like they're just calling their shot right now. I was like, yeah, Egon's a ghost. And I was like, perfect. This is how we're doing it. This is how you should be doing it. You got it. I know you got it from here. And they did. Because after that first opening scene, the rest of the movie is Phoebe's movie. Can we just take a moment to just... The young actress who plays Phoebe is... Please look up her name.
I looked it up on the walk over because I was like, I'm going to need to remember her name, and I've already forgotten it, which is not...
This is her film. The whole thing revolves around... If she's not a good enough actress to carry... Because she's like the main character, and she is so good at being a Spangler.
McKenna
Grace crushed this movie. Like, without her being this good, the movie doesn't hit as hard.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. She's a star. A star. She's a great actress. Great actress. But there's a difference. There is a difference between a great actor or actress and a movie star. Mm-hmm. And she's a movie star. And that is not a criticism in any way. The camera just loves her. Like, every time she's in a shot, I'm just like, you're compelling. You're compelling. You're compelling. Also, like, the way they have done you up, you look to me, honestly, the whole family, I was like, yeah, you guys, you look like Spanglers. Like, I'm so into it. Mm-hmm. The fact that, like, pretty much, like, all the emotional, like, beats they set up, like, have a payoff in this film in a really, really nice way. Even the mom finding the lab and things like that, I was just like, yes, this is the right amount of, like, closing up hanging chads in a way that I just, like... she is the reason that I'm excited about the concept of more of these movies. Like, the thought of, yes, she is too young to bust in an official capacity.
Oh, absolutely.
And if Winston is going to be just bankrolling some new Ghostbusters, I did not want to stay for an after-credit sequence.
We were about to leave. The first after-credit scene was like, great, it's cute, great. He's like, I'm ready to go. And we're about to leave. And one of the cosplayers was at the door, and we're about to leave. Jay's head down, ready to go. And he goes, hold on, guys, there's a scene at the end of the credits. And Jay was like, oh, I don't want to see all these names.
Because, look, I love, like, the post-credit sequence from Marvel. They're really fun. They show they really show a dedication to the concept of, like, world building, and I appreciate that. But also, they've set a tone in movies that now I have to sit through the credits every single time, and I do not want to do that.
She's got bathrooms to go to.
I'm annoyed about it.
And other places to be.
I do have a very small bladder. And I had to pee. That's just the long or the short of it. But stay for the after credits. It's incredible. Winston.
This is the spoiler thing. You can tell.
I know. Yeah. Winston is making him going into high finance, and the scene of him being like, man, I learned, like, being a Ghostbuster is still the best thing. I was like, yes. Because let's be real, they never fleshed his character out enough in those movies at all. And if they're gonna flesh him out in him, like, shepherding new Ghostbusters, I was like, this is exactly what we need.
Everyone loves Winston. We never got enough of Winston. But Winston in, like, the elder statesman carrying the torch, financing everything, being the guy the new generation looks up to.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. But also, if you're gonna put a Phoebe, if she's too young to bust, but she's just gonna be the one like, yeah, my ghost Egon taught me how all these things work, and she's just, like, queuing it up in the lab and, like, building all their new proton packs and all their new gadgets.
Well, let's back up.
Okay, I know, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Having Phoebe unravel the mystery, like, because she's an awkward, she's way too smart, right? She's a child prodigy. She's too smart for the room and for everybody. So she's obviously very awkward.
To be fair, though, that's the one thing I had a hard time believing, was that, like, they're like, oh, she's awkward. They kept telling us that a little bit, and I was like, just look at her. Yeah. I was like, she's enigmatic. Yeah. She lights up any room she walks into. What are you talking about?
Well, she's got all these corny
She's
jokes.
Got glasses on.
But the fact that she's able to deliver these lines and then she runs a podcast who's named himself Podcast.
Which, what a way to make an 80s movie trope work for 2020. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, you just change the narrative a little bit on that, and that's an 80s movie character, and I'm here for it.
Well, I know a lot of people going into this was like, we're thinking about like, oh, this is just Stranger Things with Ghostbusters, and that's going to, like, it's not. It's really not. Like, at no point in this movie did I mind the kids leading the charge of like trying to solve the ghost problem, because like Phoebe's trying to figure out like. Because everyone ostracized her because she's so smart. And she's like, no, science is cool. I rigged up my entire apartment building to figure out the ohms of this thing. It was like, she's really wicked smart. Oh, she knows, yeah, proton pack. Oh, these things are missing. Like, duh. I didn't even, thanks, where's the thing? Oh, yeah, I know how to do this. Because she's just, at no point did it seem like Stranger Things. Like, it didn't seem like they were trying to go for the nostalgia. It's like, this is just is.
Yeah.
Spengler's granddaughter is just so freaking smart. And she's like, oh, a ghost moved a thing? Well, I didn't believe in him before, but like, this is clearly happening, so I'm gonna play chess with him. This makes sense. I'm gonna solve this puzzle, get the trap. Like, Goonies, very much, like, I guess called Karate Kid. Like, like the young kid trying to find their way in a new town type of situation.
Absolutely.
And even like Finn Wolfhard's, because I thought he was going to be more of the main character, and he's more of a side character, to be honest. And that was nice. Great because his scenes were not like he's just looking for girls and stuff. Like, no, he's actually moving the plot forward, and he himself.
They don't
had a
waste
good arc.
any scenes in this.
They really didn't. They really didn't. And when we get those little bits of nostalgia of when Phoebe finds all the old outfits,
when the cop asks them who you gonna call,
right? And like when the kids like don all the outfits later on, at no point that seemed like sacrilege. It's just like, no, they don't understand that they have help. They're trying to do their best to handle the situation.
Yeah.
But the fact that so when they do get caught after they bust that one ghost and they are arrested and Phoebe makes the call to Ray, I thought it was just going to be like that one, little a little thing. Just to let
moving on.
Yeah, just to let Ray know that something is happening, and then we'll move. But no, it was like a full scene of like background information.
It was really good.
And it was really good.
And it was like, yeah, we don't talk to Egon anymore. Like, and here's why.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh yeah.
I was surprised. This is how we were gonna get the information across, but it was great.
It's also just nice to feel. Well, let's be real. I feel like, at least from Ray and Winston, I feel like they really like respected the fact that their lives had grown and evolved. Look, Bill Murray is just he's one of the best parts of Ghostbusters. Mm-hmm. But if you're gonna look me in the face and not tell me that he's just being Bill Murray as a Ghostbuster in those movies, it's like Ray and Winston like feel like characters, whereas like Venkman is just Bill Murray as a Ghostbuster. Like, and that is acceptable. That is fine. But like, I just the
emotion of that scene, I was surprised because like, oh, we're just getting, oh, there's more to this. Oh, there's a little exposition. It's like, oh no, Egon died, and you actually they held up like. Yeah. It was a really touching scene. Like, oh crap, Ray doesn't. Oh no, and it's still going. And it's like, this is the emotion I needed behind this movie. Uh-huh. This is so good. Everyone trying to connect to our missing character, who has left everyone in a different. Like the mom hating science because she thought her father left her in pursuit of craziness. Like it's just, and Paul Rudd. Just being like, he's the other smart guy who actually knows stuff about things, and he could.
And he knew exactly who he was doing in this movie. Like he knew the pocket of where his character needed to live, and like he did not try. The guy, and here's the thing: Paul Rudd can steal a scene easy, and he did not.
Nope.
Like he really played this a little bit more subdued, and like when he has the flower behind his ear and they're transforming the dogs, I was like, this is right in the pocket, and I love it. But also, what a way to... This is kind of a masterclass on bringing back something from the original Ghostbusters in all the Gozer stuff in a way that didn't feel like hammered in there.
Nope. It felt like a natural extension of the storyline.
It felt like,
because there were pockets of the story that were missing. I was like, oh, this is the mine. They got the iron.
And if that's the kind of thing that's going to pop back, like if you're going to set up that this process repeats, I believe it. And B, that is something that Egon would drop everything to go stop. Like that to me like felt it just felt natural. Didn't because like look, we've had how many movies are we gonna have a Death Star in? You know what I mean? How many movies are they gonna try and make that happen?
A giant blue laser in the sky.
But and so a part of me was like, oh, they're doing good. Like when they first announced, like, oh, they're doing Gozer again. I'm like, really, guys? I'm like, really? I don't know if that's it, guys. I don't know if that's it. But it felt seamless. It felt realistic. It also kind of fleshed out that.
Yeah, it fleshed it out because when the kids looking up the lore and talking about it made way more sense than when there was that one scene where they were talking about it in the firehouse.
Yeah. It's got even. It's after like sitting with it and thinking about it. It's gotten funnier. All the people talking about J.K. Simmons playing the
Ivo Shandor.
Shandor. Like that. Getting one line and then getting ripped in half is.
That's awesome. It's
you know how many articles were written about J.K. Simmons playing Shandor?
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Everyone's like, I think they think he's playing Shandor. What does that even mean? Like the guy who built the building. What does that even?
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, dude. And the fact that he's just like, hey, let's do this together. Nope.
That was. I was just like, oh no, Ivo, this is gonna be great. No, we're not. Just straight go but just everything about Phoebe finding the tech. Figuring it out, them putting the car back together and figuring out the little RC car, and nothing felt like forced or dumb. It just felt like a natural extension of all this stuff, leading to Egon booby trapping the gateway to hell with the streams crossing. It's oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. Of course he would do that. That's really so smart. Leading up to, oh no, the plan failed. The Keymaster got the thing. Paul Rudd ruined the thing. They turned into dogs. So they used the original plot very masterfully in this. You guys know where we're going. You know what beats we're about to hit. But they got there much faster.
Yeah.
So that we could actually do something a little different.
Live in it a little bit differently.
And, figure out how Phoebe goes up to Gozer and starts cracking these stupid jokes. And, the most adorable, I'm just an awkward 12-year-old.
In true Ghostbuster fashion. That, I was like, yeah, this is a way you can do the thing, but do it differently.
And then trap the dog, ruin the thing, get the heck out of there, get him back to the big trap. It's and then the rest of the movie plays out exactly how you think it should. Yeah. They're so close. They almost got it. Oh no, everything fails. What are we gonna do?
And also,
everyone's about to die.
Olivia Wilde as Gozer was pretty great.
That was Olivia Wilde?
Yeah, dude.
Good job. Yeah. I didn't know who it was.
But one of my favorite moment is when she asks them if they're gods again. And Ray balks. And it was his face. And the children just be like, really, dude? It was
as soon as we were starting hitting all the same beats, and there's the little tiny nods to things, you knew at some point it had to come up again.
But that's subtle, just really? I was like, you understand what Ghostbusters is.
Because I was expecting Ray to just be like, yes, ready for it this time.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's still wait, no, wait.
I was just like, yes.
It was the final confrontation was so it was almost. Can I be honest? It was a little Dragon Ball Z-esque. It really was.
Yeah.
Oh no! We got a cell right where we need him. Ha ha ha! We got the plan's working out, and all of a sudden all the plans fail, and then Gohan's alone on his own. Oh, I got him! And then Goku comes in and helps him finish off a Kamehameha. I was thinking Dragon Ball Z when Egon comes up to help. I
think you're thinking a little too much about Dragon Ball Z.
I love Dragon Ball Z. You shut your mouth. I'll make you review the new movie next year. But it was so well handled that the fact that even the proton packs and the particle beams actually they did more with them because we actually saw the ghosts fighting off the beams this time.
Yep.
And Gozer unsplit them. That was cool. We've never seen that before. We're like, hey, the OGs are here.
Because they know now.
Yeah, because it was just oh no, they're in trouble. I knew it was this is when they show up, and they did show up. Yay, witty banter. This is great. They're we got this. Oh no, we don't got this. Because she's oh, I didn't know she could do that. That's really neat.
It's a they. Gozer's a they.
You're right. Gozer's a they.
That was a really good bit. Gozer has no gender. Oh, how woke for a Sumerian death god.
Just the whole final battle scene was so well handled, and the deep fake on Harold Ramis was so well done, and basically him being a Force Ghost helped.
Yeah, but
like,
it's maybe the best deep fake we've ever seen.
It was really, because I was surprised. I didn't think we'd see his face, but like I'm glad we did, because the shots of all four of them, shots with with Phoebe there, is like it was so well done.
Really
oh
hard.
yeah,
I cried.
I heard you. I heard you.
It was just so good. It was more the tears came because it was like, yes, we're very sad that we lost one of our Busters, but like it was more that it was like, no, this is how you write this. Like it almost, even if he were still around, we would have done it this way, and it almost like kind of makes me sad to think that I was like, yeah, Ghost Egon, if they're gonna reboot this, like Ghost Egon like helping. Like being around would be such a great device. They're not going to do that because it's like
that's in poor taste. That would be in poor taste.
Yes, that ain't it. But like I just feel like he would have been in on killing his character, even if he hadn't passed. Which is it was awesome.
They handled everything deftly. Everything was fantastic. They struck all the same beats they needed to from the first story, and then twisted things in smart new directions that I wasn't expecting. I love this movie. I really, really love this movie.
And I'm more excited for what they please go see this movie, because we need this box office to be huge, because I have never been more excited about the prospect of a franchise really expanding more than Ghostbusters.
Yep.
Because wow, we could use more Ghostbusters in our lives. We really could. They're not the heroes. They're not the heroes we need, but they're the heroes we deserve.
And especially having like the sequel be like maybe a reestablishment in New York with Ernie Hudson like trying to figure out what to do, but like realizing that something from their past, something that they caught previous. The containment unit, which was if
they're going to shoot in New York, I don't think there's any reason why we can't be Ghostbusters. I'm just calling my shot right now.
Do you need it? Well, we already have an Egan. You got Anita Venkman?
Yeah.
You got a Ray?
Yeah.
Got it. Nailed it. We're on the right age.
Yeah, I'm the heart. You're the brains.
Yeah.
We need.
Paul Rudd could show up.
We need the sex appeal and a Bill Murray. It's like
Paul Rudd is the sexiest man alive. So
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
This movie was great. Jay, how would you rate this film? I guess we do that, right?
This one's getting just 1 heart out of 1 heart. This movie was all heart, and it was really fun. Thank you, Ghostbusters, for being so good.
Thank you, Ivan Reitman, and your writing buddy. That was a very, very good job with this script. You nailed the script.
Is Jason Reitman?
Was it Jason Reitman?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, because Ivan, his dad, wrote the first one. Yes.
Yeah.
Good job, Jason. Good job, Reitmans. Continue to write, man. More of these films. Go see this movie. How would you guys rate this movie? Let us know in the comments below, or hop in our Discord channel where lots of fun, cool people are talking about lots of fun, cool stuff. We'd love to have you join that conversation. The link is down below in our description box. And while you're down there, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Do that YouTube that you do so well. Guacamole's extra, you ghost-busting weirdos, you.
Other videos popping up, right?
Yeah.
Please watch this. We would appreciate it as much as we appreciate you watching this one. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.